question. My question is, what progress have you made in cutting traffic in this term?
Thank you for your question. Throughout my term, I've championed fundamental change to the way people choose to move around London. As Mayor, my strategy has been focused on encouraging more people to walk, cycle and use public transport rather than driving. Fewer car journeys in our city will lead to improved air quality, reduced carbon emissions, safer streets and better health outcomes for millions of Londoners. This focus has already successfully removed the equivalent of 2.9 million private vehicle trips from London's roads each day. And last week I was proud to announce that we have tripled the amount of protected cycle space for cycling, making it safer and more convenient for Londoners across our city to cycle as part of their everyday routine. Recent data suggests that as a consequence of our policies, we're making huge progress here, but you'll also be aware that private hire vehicles account for over 40% of car traffic at certain times in central London. To start to address this, last year I removed the congestion charge exemption for private hire vehicles. And Chair, I want to give these another chance to answer further questions, so I can write to her with a fuller answer to give her a chance to.
Okay, thank you. The question was, what progress have you made in cutting traffic in this term? And while in central London quite a bit of progress has been made on cutting traffic, it's gone down almost 9%. But if you take Greater London as a whole, traffic has actually gone up by 1.3%, and in Outer London it's gone up by 1.9%. So there's clearly much more than the central London ULEZ area to deal with when it comes to cutting traffic. Now, Mike, to you, in the Mayor's 2018 transport strategy, he committed to investigate proposals for the next generation of road user charging systems that could replace schemes such as the congestion charge, low emission zone and ultra low emission zone. So Mike, how far have you got with that investigation into smart fare road pricing?
So I think, Chair, through you, if I may, this is again in answer to Assembly Member Pidgeon's question earlier on, which is around how do we future-proof the technology that we are applying for policies that have already been approved and agreed, such as the expansion of the ultra-low emission zone to the North and South Circular Road. So it's to ensure that that technology is capable to flex should there be some further interventions that we might want to use those provisions for going forward. So that's really been the focus of our attention, is to ensure that we practically deliver on what we've committed to delivering already, such as the ultra-low emission zone, but we do future-proof this technology in a way that it is flexible and fit for further use should it be required.
Would it be fair to say that you would be willing to do more practical development on a smart fare, privacy-friendly road pricing scheme, but that you've been waiting for political direction from the Mayor?
No, I don't think that would be fair. I think we've had some very useful dialogue in this regard. I think the last 4 years have seen a huge step change in the promotion of walking, cycling and public transport. I think the Mayor referred earlier on to the creation of a walking and cycling commissioner for London, the first time that all-encompassing role has been in place. I have to say the collaboration and the work that we've done with Will Norman has been extraordinary in that regard. So I don't think this is around a lack of political will. I think this is a lack of practicality.
This is very specifically about road pricing.
I know, and I'm just saying that I don't think there's been any sense that we've been held back as a result of any political decisions. I think we've had some very good dialogue, and of course the work that we're doing more broadly in promoting public transport in Outer London is part of all of this. So I think there's a coherent approach to traffic levels, car ownership in Outer London, use in Outer London.
Mr Mayor, we've had the Centre for London report on how smart fare road pricing would work and countless other reports. So why haven't you shown more leadership on this? Why haven't you pushed it forward?
Well, perhaps the member can share with us which major cities do this.
What, right
Just
now?
name 5 cities, yeah. Any 5.
We should, but London should be leading.
You know, which is why I'm sure you're put on record your congratulations for having the world's first ultra-low emission zone.
Oh, absolutely. Your ultra-low emission zone is fantastic, but that's dealing with the very centre at the moment.
Which is just in the first few months reduced NOx by a third, which we intend to roll out if I'm elected, which is no certainty, in 6, exactly, big if. This is a 2-horse race where either of the 2 candidates can win.
I think you're stepping across a line. It's a chair, it's not getting into electoral stuff. This is we're meant to be focusing on...
The point I was making in a mischievous way, and I apologise, was you've got to give credit for the progress we've made in relation to the ULEZ, in relation to trebling the protected cycle space, in relation to expanding ULEZ going forward. Big risk with challenges, but also to accept that actually nowhere around the world is doing half the stuff we're doing, let alone some of the stuff you're suggesting.
Okay, I'm going to use the last of my time for a question from Mike, which is, do you think it's time for a woman to be in charge of TfL?
I would absolutely love for there to be a woman in charge of TfL. Yeah. I think I've found that having powerful senior women around my table, such as Michelle Dix, Tricia Wright, having a full diverse senior team, much more diverse senior management team overall in TfL in the last few years, has totally changed the quality of the debate, the calibre of the debate, and I absolutely welcome having a proper senior leadership that reflects the great diversity of this, the most wonderful city on earth.
Thank you very much, Mike.